Well, a good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, two things for this video. First off, I'm going to go over the current standings of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Junior Tag League 2025. I'm gonna give another update. We got some teams that are in danger of being eliminated, and a few that are actually mathematically eliminated that I want to talk about. And then I'm gonna finish off giving my review of NXT Halloween Havoc 2025, which was a pretty interesting show. But let's go ahead and jump into the Super Junior Tag League. Had a weekend full of matches, and for blocks A and B, we are definitely seeing teams in danger, and even a few mathematically eliminated from both blocks. So let's go ahead and go over the current standings. Starting with Block A, let's do it. Okay, Block A. So starting from the bottom, got one team, 0-3 record, 0 points. That's the team of Clark Connors, Daiki Nagai. Losses to the Skateboard Bros, Master Wato and Yo, and Hiromu Takahashi Gato. And they are the team from the A block that's unfortunately mathematically eliminated. They have no chance of winning the A block. We got 3 teams that are tied at 2 points each. Each have a 1-2 record. That's the Skateboard Bros, Hiromu Takahashi Gato, and United Empire. So United Empire, that's Templario and Jacob Austin Young. 1 victory over Hiromu Takahashi Gato, but 2 losses to House of Torture and Master Wato Yo. They are in danger of being eliminated. They cannot afford another loss, but they are still in it. All right, Hiromu Takahashi and Gato, same record, has a win over Clark Connors, Daiki Nagai, and 2 losses to House of Torture and United Empire. They are also in danger of elimination. And then the Skateboard Bros, that's Ryusuke Taguchi and Dragon Dia. You got 1 victory over Clark Connors, Daiki Nagai, but 2 losses to Yo and Master Wato and House of Torture. And they are in danger of being eliminated. And then you got 2 teams sitting at the top, tied at 6 points apiece, both undefeated 3-0 records. That's Master Wato and Yo, and the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, House of Torture's Sho and Doki, who's also IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Yo and Master Wato, 3 victories over the Skateboard Bros, Clark Connors, Daiki Nagai, and United Empire. And as a matter of fact, the last match of their block is against House of Torture, so it could come down to the wire there. And in House of Torture, their 3 victories were over United Empire, Hiromu Takahashi Gato, and the Skateboard Bros. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to come down to the wire. But it's looking like it's probably going to end up being House of Torture or Yo and Master Wato winning the A block. But we'll have to see if one of these other 3 teams, Skateboard Bros, Hiromu Takahashi Gato, or United Empire, can can go on a little streak and maybe win their last 2 matches to give themselves a better chance. But we shall see. It's not over for them yet. All right, let's take a look at the B block. Okay, now for the B block. So sitting at the bottom, 0 points on an 0-3 record is the team of Tiger Mask and Yamato. That's right, they have yet to get a victory. 3 losses to El Desperado Kukai, Kushida Yuki Yoshioka, and Bullet Club War Dogs. And unfortunately, they are mathematically eliminated from this tournament. So, I already thought it was a pretty weird combo as is, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, we have 2 teams with 1-2 records with 2 points apiece. They are El Desperado Kukai and House of Torture's Yoshinobu Kanemaru Dick Togo. Let's start with House of Torture. Their 1 victory was over El Desperado and Kukai, but 2 losses to Bullet Club War Dogs and the Ichiban Sweet Boys. They're still in it, but they are in danger. They cannot afford another loss. And then El Desperado Kukai, their 1 victory was over Tiger Mask Yamato, but 2 losses to House of Torture and the Ichiban Sweet Boys. Still in it, but cannot afford another loss. So those are the 2 teams that are in danger. Okay. We have 2 teams that are sitting at 2-1 records with 4 points each. They are Bullet Club War Dogs and Kushida Yuki Yoshioka. Let's look at the Bullet Club War Dogs. This is Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X. They got 2 victories over House of Torture and Tiger Mask Yamato. Their 1 loss, unfortunately, was a forfeit, as they lost to Kushida Yuki Yoshioka due to Taiji Ishimori not cleared to compete due to poor health. So it's kind of unfortunate. They could have been 3-0 right now, but it is what it is. They're not out of it. They're still very much alive. And then Kushida Yuki Yoshioka, 2-1. They had the forfeit victory over Bullet Club War Dogs, victory over Tiger Mask Yamato, and their 1 loss was to the Ichiban Sweet Boys. But yep, still very much in it. But right now, sitting at the top of the B block, 3-0, 6 points, are last year's winners of TMDK's Ichiban Sweet Boys. That's Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita. And they are showing no signs of slowing down, as they got 3 victories over El Desperado Kukai, Kushida Yuki Yoshioka, and House of Torture. Looking at who they have left, I mean, honestly, they'll probably, they got to deal with Bullet Club War Dogs. But, well, then again, before I get into that, let's start with the A block. Let's go over final matchups, because they'll be finishing up the blocks by the end of this week. So, let's see. So, final matchups for the A block. Skateboard Bros have United Empire and Hiromu Takahashi Gato. Let's see. Yo Master Wato, they have Hiromu Takahashi Gato and House of Torture. Hiromu Takahashi Gato has Yo Master Wato, Skateboard Bros. Clark Connors, Daiki Nagai, they have United Empire, House of Torture. United Empire has Skateboard Bros, Clark Connors, Daiki Nagai. House of Torture has Yo Master Wato, Clark Connors, Daiki Nagai. Now, looking at this, in all honesty, House of Torture, I'm not going to say they have a really simple path, but being that they got to face Clark Connors Dyking, a guy who's already eliminated. House of Torture, like I said, I got a feeling that it's going to come down between House of Torture and Yo Master Wado. Now, I don't see United Empire. I mean, United Empire might beat Clark Connors Dyking, a guy, but I don't see them beating the Skateboard Bros. I think that's the one victory Skateboard Bros may have, but I don't see them beating Hiromu Gato for some reason. For some crazy reason, I think Hiromu and Gato will win at least one of their final 2 matches. But, you know, you still got teams that have a chance to play spoiler. I mean, maybe Clark Connors Dyking, a guy, can play spoiler. I mean, you never know. You never know. But I honestly think it's going to come down to House of Torture and Yo Master Wado. We'll see. We'll see. And then B Block. Let's see. Final matchups. Despy and Kukai. You have Bullet Club War Dogs and Kushida Yuki Yoshioka. Tiger Mask Yamato has the Ichiban Sweet Boys and House of Torture. Wow. Yeah. Whew, tough road for them. Kushida Yuki Yoshioka has El Despy and Kukai and House of Torture. Ichiban Sweet Boys have Tiger Mask Yamato and Bullet Club War Dogs. Bullet Club War Dogs have Despy Kukai and Ichiban Sweet Boys. House of Torture, Tiger Mask Yamato, Kushida Yuki Yoshioka. Looking at the Ichiban Sweet Boys, who look like the clear favorite to win the B Block, their final 2 matches, I mean, the only thing that I could think is maybe Bullet Club War Dogs could bounce back and defeat the Ichiban Sweet Boys. Because you got to remember, if it wasn't for the forfeit, they could have been 3-0 right now. They could have been 3-0 right now. So, I would not sleep on Bullet Club War Dogs. And when you really think about it, I don't see House of... I can tell you right now, I don't see House of Torture winning this block. Kanemaru and Dick Togo, I don't see it. I really don't see it. Despy Kukai, they got a tough road. They got pretty much the toughest road with these final 2 matches against Bullet Club War Dogs and Kushida Yuki Yoshioka. So they got the hardest path. Kushida Yuki Yoshioka, you know, is about medium difficulty. But honestly, something tells me if the Ichiban Sweet Boys don't win this block, I think Bullet Club War Dogs end up winning the block. I think one of those 2 teams ends up winning the block. Although, I would not be surprised if El Desperado Kukai made a comeback, but I don't know. I think B Block is a lot harder to predict, but like I said, we'll see what happens. But it should be interesting. It should be very interesting. And honestly, even though this hasn't been like the best tournament when it comes to the type of teams, I have a feeling it's going to at least get interesting as it gets closer to the end. I'll say that. I'll at least say that. But it's definitely not the best tournament we could have had. And that's just me keeping it real. But it is what it is. Like I said, we'll see what happens. Like I said, A Block will finish up on October 30th. And B Block will finish up on November 1st. So after November 1st, all the blocks will be done and we'll have our finalists. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Now let's switch gears and do our review. 1 second, let me get everything opened up. Okay. NXT Halloween Havoc 2025 took place on October 25th. This was at the Findlay Toyota Center in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Quite an interesting show. A very interesting show. But let's go ahead and let's get into the review. Alright, first up. Oh, dang, now my buttons aren't working. Okay, I gotta use this then. Okay, first up, we have the tag team match. Leon Slater and Javon Evans versus Triple A's Mr. Iguana and La Parka. Now, this match almost lasted 18 minutes. It was just a little bit under 18 minutes. I was very excited for this match. And I'm not going to say the match was trash, but the comedy spots that they did were kind of meh. And there was a really, really bad timing botch with Mr. Iguana and Javon Evans. I mean, it was a very bad... I don't know what they were trying to do, but it was a pretty bad botch. This match really was not as great as it could have been. It was not as great as it could have been. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I was actually really hyped for this match. But it fell short. It fell short. I don't know if they'll ever run that back again. But the match was disappointing. It really could have been a lot better. But I just think with the few comedy spots they did and the botches just... Yeah. It really went downhill. It went downhill. But Leon Slater got the victory for his team, pinning Mr. Iguana after hitting the Swanton 450. Javon Evans, Leon Slater with the victory. Alrighty. Let's go to the next match. Here we go. Alright, next up we had a Day of the Dead match for the NXT North American Championship. As the champion, Ethan Page defended against El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Okay, this match was definitely better. This was definitely a better match. Lasted 18 minutes, 22 seconds. But yeah, this was a good back and forth match that was a little more exciting. Of course, they had the dark lighting and you know, pretty much, you know, it was no DQ. They fought outside the ring and Ethan Page ripped off the top of Dr. Wagner Jr.'s mask. And I mean, these two were just going back and forth. It was a very intense and very enjoyable match. I definitely enjoyed this match. And I'm not really a big fan of Ethan Page, to be honest with y'all. But this was actually an enjoyable match. I was digging this. But when it was all said and done, I did like the finish. The finish was pretty cool. Ethan Page got the victory, putting Dr. Wagner Jr. through a table with the twisted grin, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. All Ego Ethan Page, still your NXT North American Champion. Great match. Really great match. Definitely enjoyed it. Alrighty. Let's go to the next match. Let me get this one up. Alright. Okay. Now, as we all know, this was originally supposed to be for the NXT Women's North American Championship. That was supposed to be Sol Ruca defending against Blake Monroe. But due to injury and not being cleared to compete, Zaria, Sol Ruca's pretty much BFF, offered to defend the title in Sol Ruca's honor. So she accepted, and this is what we've come to. The Women's North American Championship on the line between Zaria and Blake Monroe. Match was alright. It only lasted a little over 11 minutes. It was alright, but nothing really crazy happened. I mean, there was the spot where Sol Ruca rammed Zaria into the turnbuckle post to pop her shoulder back in place. I mean, there was that. I mean, that was kind of neat. But in all honesty, I mean, nothing really super crazy happened in this match. It was okay. Sol Ruca got knocked down outside. Zaria went to help her up. Blake Monroe took advantage, hit her with the glamour shot outside, rolled her in, hit her with another glamour shot, and pretty much that second glamour shot in the ring, then pinned Zaria for the 1-2-3. And just like that, Blake Monroe is your new NXT Women's North American Champion. Honestly, not surprised. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Now, I just really wonder what's going to happen between Zaria and Sol Ruca. I think this is pretty much the seed that's planted that's going to eventually lead to the split. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But I think that's what's going to happen. All right. Let's go to the next match. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. All righty. Next up, continuing with the ladies, we had the NXT Women's Championship on the line as the champion, Jayne, defended against Tatum Paxley. This was actually a pretty decent match, and I have to say, I've been very impressed with Tatum Paxley lately. She has definitely improved greatly in the ring, and I've really been liking what I've seen from her. And I really like how they've been using her with the culling. She's, been doing really well with that group. And, match got a little chaotic because, the members of the culling and also Fatal Influence got ejected and whatnot. But shout out to Tatum Paxley on a beautifully executed 450 splash that she did. That was very impressive. I mean, she nailed it perfectly. And I just really like what I've been seeing from Tatum Paxley. Now, it looked like Izzy Dame was getting ready to take out Tatum Paxley with the North American title. But Tatum ducked, and Jayne ended up hitting the rolling encore onto Izzy Dame, and Tatum Paxley took advantage of the opening and was able to hit Jayne with the cemetery drive. and pinned her for the 1-2-3. And ladies and gentlemen, Tatum Paxley is your new NXT Women's Champion. Like, wow, they actually pulled the trigger on that. I was under the impression that she was going to lose and they were going to turn on her. But wow, they actually pulled the trigger and put the title on Tatum Paxley. Wow. Congrats to her. Did not see that one coming. But I'm happy for her. She put on a good match. The match lasted almost 16 and a half minutes, but really good to see her pull this off. So, we'll see what kind of run Tatum Paxley has. But yeah, congratulations to her on becoming the new NXT Women's Champion. Hey, I can dig it. All right, let's go to our next match. Okay, our next match, we had the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line in a Broken Rules match. As the champs, the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, defended against Dion, Lennox, and Osiris Griffin of DarkState. And also shout out to the Hardy Boys as they use the Broken Matt Hardy theme, entrance theme. So I thought that was pretty cool. Match was pretty all right. I'm not gonna say it was, insane or anything like that, but it was all right. Nothing too crazy special. Lasted a little over 19 minutes long. They did the couple of different spots, the different table spots. Had the Swanton Bomb, the leg drop through the tables. We had those spots. Of course, Jeff Hardy missed the big, tall ladder Swanton Bomb. Fell through the table. And honestly, I'm not surprised at the outcome. I just felt like it made the most sense. But DarkState gets the victory. Dion and Osiris Griffin had Jeff Hardy up in a Doomsday device, and they hit the Doomsday device through the table, and then pinned Jeff Hardy for the 1-2-3, or Brother Nero, whichever you want to call him. And DarkState are now two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Like I said, not surprised. I figured after the Hardys did the double tag title table match with the Dudley Boys, the Dudleys and the Hardys, I figured after they did that the Hardys were going to drop the NXT tag titles. So, not surprised. But yeah, DarkState got the tag titles back. So, not surprised. All right. And then the main event of Halloween Havoc 2025. Of course, this was for the NXT Championship. As the champion, Ricky Saints defended against Trick Williams. Match was alright. Nothing crazy, nothing memorable. Other than Ricky Saints getting cut from, the top of his, eye, or, the eyebrow or something, or maybe have been, the bridge of his nose, but he was bleeding from the face a little bit. But, other than that, nothing really crazy special happened in this match. I mean, it was just back and forth, and for the most part, was clean. But Ricky Saints was able to get the victory. He hit Trick with the spear and then followed it up with a tornado DDT and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. Ricky Saints, still your NXT champion. I guess he doesn't use the Rochambeau anymore? I guess he doesn't use that anymore? Oh well. Match was 16 minutes, 48 seconds. I don't know, kind of a bland main event. But if anything, I think the biggest The biggest surprise was Tatum Paxley winning the NXT Women's Championship. I think that was really like my favorite moment of the whole entire show. But overall, I'd have to say that and the Day of the Dead match were my two favorite matches. But this PLE was alright. I'm not going to say this PLE was trash, but it wasn't anything spectacular. It really wasn't. It wasn't anything spectacular. So, yeah, one of the weaker Halloween Havocs. But that's all I got. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on the Super Junior Tag League. Who do you think is going to win the A and B blocks? Who do you think is going to win the whole thing? And let me know what y'all thought of NXT Halloween Havoc 2025. Did you think it was good? What were your favorite matches? And if anything, they had 3 title changes. So, at least there were a handful of title changes. At least there's that. But, let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace.